know that the new minister tried to do much in tackling the area of insecurity. But look at this. When it comes to FCT is a very important place. We will not just tackle it ordinarily the way that issues of security are being tackled. When there is problem, we buy vehicles, we ask members of the police force to do this and that. We have to look at the system and know whether the system is working for us here in FCT. During the time of this, a lot of these insecurity issues going around, I wrote a letter to the president. I asked him, please, Mr. President, use FCT as a pilot scheme for state police in Nigeria. FCT is where all the diplomats stays, multinational companies. If anything happened to any of these people, he has put us in a bad light. We need to do much more than that. So it's supposed to be an institutional changes. It's not just using the same way that we used to handle it, because the insecurity in Nigeria has put a lot of pressure on FCT. Before now, the FCT was not envisaged to have the number of people that we're having today. So all the across the board, I would say that all the facilities we have in FCT, both in health, both in education, security-wise, are overstretched. They are grossly overwhelmed with the influx of people. When there are good people coming, there are also bad people coming. I remember that one of my colleagues used to say that he represents the good people and the bad. So that is exactly what is happening to us in FCT. I can tell you that the security problem is still there, even though the government is doing as much as they can to tackle it. But we need to do
which trace that back to economic challenges that has already erupted in the nation.
Of course, that is part of it. So with that, when the economy is going into a bad direction, poverty is spreading up, and criminality is what poverty begins. So you cannot separate criminality from poverty. A lot of good people have turned bad because things are not right for them. When you see a man who cannot feed his family or pay his rent, he might be desperate, and before you know it, he can get into things that he's not used to. So criminality is on the rise, and that is because of the bad economic policies that is going on right now. You cannot raise what do you call it, interest rate, and we talk about subsidy. Today, people are buying fuel for 8,000 plus. Our currency is devalued.
We looked at your party and also subscribed for subsidy removal.
Yes, but it depends. All the three major candidates of different political parties agree with subsidy removal, but our is different methods of removing the subsidy. The way the Mr. President has done it, the way people would have done it might be different, or what he have in stock on how it will get it done is quite different from the way Mr. President applied it. The application method is the difference between the both parties.
Because they are not managing the aftermath of the subsidy removal. So
of course, and my brother, before you get up and say that subsidy is removed, you must have made some plans concerning that to cushion the effect of subsidy. You cannot just wake up one day and say that subsidy is removed. Because of that, the inflation raise up. Today, I mean, my brother, you go to the market, you know what I'm talking about. You know what a bushel of garri costs. You know what one bag of rice costs now. There is no food.
Is there a special market for House of Rice members?
What do you mean? How can there be a special market?
So
is there a special market in Nigeria?
Because that's what some people feel. Probably the members of the House of
No, you don't say.